The NSE 20 shaving just 0.9% points yesterday to close at 4,237 points. Is this just some rebalancing going on?
Well, I don't think so. We are seeing an upsurge in foreign investor demand, and that, coupled with the fact that locals have been the most active on the market, means that we do expect some upward pressure as we go through the week. Mondays are normally a slow day at the market, and so I wouldn't really think that it was, we would expect that to continue through the rest of the week.
Well, the biggest loser yesterday was Kenol Kobil, closing 9.2% lower than Friday. Last week it had rallied on the back of the news of a share split. Just how important is that Kenya Pipeline Company High Court decision for this company?
Well, I think investors were reacting to the news. It will definitely hit their bottom line. That's if they had included the income from that lawsuit in their books. And so I think investors reacted immediately to that. And that's also a sign that Kenyan investors, especially the fund managers, are beginning to react to news on the short term. I think it's not really going to affect the decision regarding the share split as we go forward, unless, of course, the price does go down quite significantly.
How far can it go down, Samuel?
Well, I can't really put a finger on that, but I think that the company is quite strong, and so the fact that they have gotten some adverse result on the lawsuit is not necessarily a fundamental factor. That means it will not affect the fundamentals, and most investors will be trading on the fundamentals of the company, and being one of the most powerful companies in the oil sector, then I do not think that it would lose so much.
Just what is the figure of that lawsuit on the company's books?
Sorry, can you come again?
What is that figure of the lawsuit? What impact is it going to have on the company's books? Do you have a figure for us?
Well, I think it was about 42 million shillings or something like that. I don't have the exact figure, right, but yeah, it will definitely hurt the profits significantly.
Also on the sell side yesterday was Kenya Commercial Bank, which closed its books yesterday for the first and final dividend of 1 Kenyan shillings. Obviously investors not so happy about that, perhaps?
Well, I think the shares are just reacting to the fact that once they close their books, then when you buy the shares, you're not buying the dividend as well. So it's now trading because it was trading come dividend. So I think it's just a slight adjustment. Investors will probably be expecting to see what sort of pricing Kenya Commercial Bank is going to put on their expected rights issue, and that's what we expect to affect their shares as we go forward.
Mm-hmm. On the other side of the scale, Car in General up 9%. What was driving interest in this stock yesterday?
Well, Car in General is the supplier of most of the smaller vehicles and motorcycles and three-wheeled tuk-tuks. I think they have had significantly more business in the recent past with the upsurge of the border sector. But I think that Car in General normally has very low volumes in terms of trading, and so a single trade would definitely affect the share price of Car in General significantly at any point in time. So I don't believe that it was anything to do with any news on the public domain, but rather a trade happened, and usually when there is some slight demand on that counter, we do see a shift, an instant shift in terms of the price.
Mm-hmm. East African Breweries yesterday finally contributing to volumes again, and with a big trade going through at 171 Kenyan shillings. Do you expect similar activity today on this counter?
Well, East African Brewery is one of the blue chips that foreigners seem to be very interested in. You'll see that East African Breweries, Barclays Bank, BAT, and Safaricom tend to be highly capitalized companies, and for the foreign investment segment normally buys heavily into that, and I do expect that they are going to continue to do so. East Africa Brewery is a defensive company, and so we don't expect the share price to go up significantly, but it does hold very well in times of adverse times in the market. And so I think as long as there is high demand, then it is going to continue to do quite well.